Crimson Desert just dropped what is easily one of its most revealing and honestly most surprising gameplay showcases yet. And after watching this new video, I think a lot of people are going to start realizing that this game is not just an open world action RPG, it's starting to look like a full life simulation inside a fantasy world. And I don't mean that as hype or exaggeration, I mean literally. This new gameplay doesn't focus on huge battles, flashy boss fights, or cinematic story moments. Instead, it focuses entirely on everyday life in the world of Pywell, what your day-to-day experience actually looks like, what you do when you're not fighting, not progressing the story, not chasing main objectives. It shows what it means to actually live in this world, and the amount of systems shown here is honestly kind of insane. The developers explained that Pywell isn't just a continent of battles and exploration, but a world where smaller moments shape your journey, where daily routines and interactions make up your experience. And immediately, the video introduces one of the biggest systems that shows exactly what they mean: your personal base, the Greymane camp. This isn't just a hub where you pick missions and leave. It's a physical place you grow and develop over time. You start with a simple stretch of land after your faction loses its home, but as you travel and gather resources, you expand the camp using money and materials you earn. Over time, it transforms from a basic resting area into a full operational base where you prepare for your journeys, cook meals, manage resources, customize your character, and rebuild your faction. You can prepare food to maintain health and stamina, purchase supplies from vendors, and even produce your own materials by running a ranch and farm within the camp itself. That means growing resources, managing production, and sustaining your operations rather than simply buying everything from shops. But the camp system goes even deeper because it's also the center for rebuilding your faction. Characters you meet across the world return to this camp. Some reunite with you, others arrive after hearing about your progress, and they can take on roles within your group. And here's where things start to feel extremely simulation heavy. You can actually dispatch these companions across the world to complete missions on their own. They gather currency, wood, or crafting materials, and cooking resources while you're doing something else entirely. They can even be sent to hostile locations to weaken enemy forces before you arrive. So the game isn't just about what you personally do moment to moment. You're managing a network of allies that operate independently, influencing the world even when you're not directly involved. Then the video shows how towns, villages, and cities function in Pywell, and again this goes far beyond traditional open world design. These locations are not just places where you pick up quests and leave. They're living environments where daily life unfolds around you. Shops and vendors provide equipment, provisions, and materials. Blacksmiths forge new weapons, tailors adjust your appearance. But the focus isn't just commerce, it's interaction with people. Residents ask for help with everyday problems. Some need protection from bandits, others ask you to deliver goods or track missing individuals. You can spend time walking through these places, listening to rumors, meeting different personalities, and observing how people live. The game emphasizes simply existing in these environments, soaking in the atmosphere, and engaging with the world's daily rhythms. And the world reacts to your behavior. If you commit harmful actions, residents and guards can turn hostile. Travel becomes more dangerous. You're forced to fight your way through areas, pay fines, or even serve time in jail. So your actions carry consequences that affect how the world treats you. This adds another layer to the simulation aspect, where your choices shape your relationship with society rather than simply completing objectives without impact. Beyond towns and cities, exploration leads to unexpected encounters and discoveries. You may find hidden settlements, unusual communities, mysterious locations, or places requiring mechanical or mystical repairs. The world constantly pulls you toward new experiences naturally rather than strictly guiding you along a single path. The focus is clearly on discovery and personal exploration rather than just structured missions. And then the video reveals just how many daily activities exist as part of your routine. Cooking plays a major role, allowing you to prepare meals that restore or enhance your health, spirit, and stamina. Fishing and hunting provide ingredients for these recipes. Gathering flowers and insects supports alchemy, letting you craft medicine medicines that improve combat performance. Mining and resource collection provide materials for crafting and upgrading equipment. You can even create specialized tools using rare materials found during exploration. These activities are not presented as optional distractions. They're part of your character's daily life, shaping progression and survival. The simulation aspect extends even to your personal identity. At camp, you can modify hairstyles, apply tattoos, customize outfits, and use dyes discovered throughout the world or created through alchemy. Your appearance evolves as part of your journey, reflecting your choices and experiences rather than remaining static. What's fascinating about this entire showcase is how it shifts the perception of what Crimson Desert actually is. The game is not positioning itself as a purely story-driven experience or a linear action adventure. It's presenting a world where you build a home, manage relationships, gather resources, help citizens, craft equipment, customize your identity, maintain your faction, and shape your daily routine. Combat is only one part of a much larger ecosystem of systems designed to simulate life inside a fantasy world. And when you combine this with everything previously revealed about the game, the massive open world of Pywell, the dynamic environments, the reactive systems, the multiple playable characters, the huge amount of side activities, the progression systems, the faction rebuilding mechanics, and the sheer scale of exploration, the picture becomes clear. This is an extremely ambitious attempt to create a living world where players don't just play through content but actually exist inside it. It also explains why the developers have repeatedly suggested the game may not be for everyone. A design this dense requires patience, experimentation, and engagement with systems beyond simple combat or story progression. Players who want a straightforward narrative experience might find the focus on daily life and simulation overwhelming, while others may find this level of immersion incredibly compelling. At the same time, the ambition here is what makes the project so fascinating. If even part of these systems connect well, if the camp management, faction rebuilding, companion missions, social interactions, crafting systems, law mechanics, and world exploration all feed into each other in meaningful ways, Crimson Desert could deliver one of the most interactive fantasy worlds ever attempted. The game appears to be chasing a level of immersion where the world continues to function with or without you, where your choices shape your experience, and where the journey is defined by how you live inside the environment rather than simply completing objectives. And this latest gameplay video might be the clearest demonstration yet of that vision. It shows a world focused on daily existence, routine, and personal progression. It shows systems designed to simulate life, not just provide action. It shows a game that wants you to build, manage, explore, interact, and live within its world. There are still many unknowns about how all these mechanics connect together, how deep each system really goes, and how cohesive the overall experience will feel. But one thing is becoming increasingly clear with every new reveal. Crimson Desert is aiming for something far bigger than a traditional open-world RPG. It's trying to simulate a living fantasy world where the player's daily life is as important as the epic adventure itself. And if that vision comes together successfully, this could end up being one of the most ambitious open-world experiences we've seen in years. And what makes this life simulation direction even more interesting is how it connects directly with what Pearl Abyss has been saying in recent interviews about the game's overall structure and philosophy. The developers have repeatedly explained that the main campaign is only a small portion of the overall experience, and that the real focus is the world itself, the systems, the exploration, the factions, and everything you can do beyond the story. One of the developers even describes spending dozens of hours purely on side activities like crafting, upgrading gear, and experimenting with mechanics without even touching other systems like fishing or full exploration. The idea is that progression comes from how you choose to live inside the world, not just how quickly you complete the main storyline. Like the video for more Crimson Desert and subscribe to stay tuned.